Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then hello, my name is Tanika and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be doing a one brand tutorial using one of my favorite drugstore brands, and that is Rimmel. I have been a fan of Rimmel for quite a long time. Their Stay Matte powder, this one here, has been my holy grail powder ever since I started wearing makeup. And so Rimmel have just been pumping out some new products recently. So today I'm going to use a few of them and let you know how they go. If you love drugstore videos, then please give this one a thumbs up so I know to do more, and let's get straight into it. For primer, I'm going to be using the Insta Fix and Go Primer and Setting Spray. And then, because you all know I'm about covering up redness, I'm going to go in with this Insta Conceal and Correct palette. So it comes with 3 shades. You've got the peach for dark circles, green for redness, and the lavender for dullness. I know I don't have really bad under eye dark circles, but this just really helps to camouflage them some more. Like, look at the difference between the side that I've put the corrector on and the side that I haven't. And then I'm going to go in with the green shade and put this over any redness on my face, and this is going to help counteract that. So once I put my foundation on top, you shouldn't be able to see anything. If you're new to color correcting and want to try a green concealer to counteract your redness, I definitely recommend this one by Rimmel. It's a really lightweight, creamy formula and it blends out really nicely. I just find the formula is super easy to work with. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using their latest release. This is the Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Foundation. So I have the shade 110 Light Porcelain, and it is just a smidge too dark. So I am going to cheat and add in some whitening drops. These ones are not by Rimmel, but maybe that'll be their next release. This foundation is also a little bit different to their other ones. It comes with a big doe foot applicator. So usually you would just, swipe this all over your face, but because it is a bit too dark, I'm just going to pour a little bit on this mixing palette. And then I've just added in the whitening drops, and I'm just going to mix that all in. And then I'm just going in with my Sigma F82 round kabuki brush to blend this out. If you're lighter than me, then this shade will be too dark unless you have some whitening drops you can add into it. It's also a medium coverage foundation, but I do find it is quite buildable, and I am actually pretty happy with the coverage for an everyday basis. I did upload a full review on this foundation and concealer, so I will link that down below if you want to watch. So I'm just going to mix up a little bit more and apply a second layer. For the second layer, I'm going to blend it in with my beauty blender just so I get a nice flawless finish to the look with no brush streaks. Next, I'm going to go in with my brows, and I'm using this Brow This Way Fibre pencil. I can't see a shade on it, but I assume it would be blonde. So I'm just going to spoolie out my brows, give them a little brush, and then I'm just going to do small light strokes just to fill in and define my eyebrows. Pencils are really great if you want a nice natural look, I find. And then just to sharpen them up a bit, I'm going to take the Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Concealer, and just on a flat brush, I'm going to use this to go underneath and define the eyebrows. And then to finish off the brows, I'm going to be setting them with this clear Brow This Way gel. Now for under my eyes, I'm going back in with that concealer. This one does come with like a sponge tip applicator, but I'm not really a fan of just applying this straight under my eyes. So again, I'm going to use my little mixing palette and squeeze a little bit onto there. And then back in with that brush, and I'm going to put this under my eyes. Whatever's left on the Beauty Blender, I'm also just going to put that on my eyelid as my eyeshadow base. This concealer is a medium coverage, but I found that it's pretty buildable, so I've just gone in with a second layer, and now I'm going to blend that out. This concealer has more of a neutral undertone, so I find it does a really good job at brightening under the eyes, especially for my pale skin. It's really hard to find a concealer that actually does that. And then to set under my eyes, I'm going in with this Insta Fix and Matte Translucent Powder. As I said in the beginning of this video, the Stay Matte has been my ride or die from the beginning, but they did recently come out with this powder and I am loving it. This is my second compact already. As you can see, it's translucent and it is just so lightweight on the skin. You can barely feel it. So I'm just going to lightly set under my eyes. I'm not going to do my whole face yet because I do want to use some cream contouring products. Next, I have these 3 Insta Duo Contour Sticks to try out. So one side comes with a contour color and one side comes with a highlight. So here are some not very good swatches. The bottom here is light, so this is the contour and the highlight. You got medium contour highlight and dark contour and highlight. They feel really nice when applying them. They feel really creamy and like they'll blend out easily. But these colors, especially the light and the medium, are just far too warm to be a contour for my fair skin tone. This being said, I think I'm going to go in with the dark and use that as a contour and see how that goes. Just a little bit to start off with. And then I'm going to use my Real Techniques stippling brush to blend this in. So even though that was the darkest color, I think it's blended out quite nicely and it has left a contoured look. I don't really use cream contouring products a lot, so I still am trying to figure them out. But this one just blended so easily, so phew. And then for highlight, I'm going to take the light contouring stick. This one looks like such a beautiful shade for my skin tone. I do have a powder highlight to put on top, so putting the cream underneath will just make it pop even more. Alright, so now I'm going back in with the Insta Fix and Matte powder and I'm going to set the rest of my face. And then for bronzer, blush and highlight, I'm going in with this little trio here. This one is in the shade Coral Glow and it comes with a highlight, a contour and a blush. Again, this contour is just too warm to be a contour for my skin tone. And it also has a sheen to it. There's like a little gold shimmer in it. So personally, I wouldn't use a shimmery powder for contour. I'd rather use a matte. But it is the absolute best bronzer shade that I have found for pale skin at the drugstore. Because it is marketed as a contour, it is a little bit more cool tone, but it's also warm enough that I can use it as a bronzer. So I just love it. I'm sure you've seen me use this a million times and rave about it. It's the best. I'm also going to take this bronzer powder around the top of my forehead just to give a little bit more color to my face. Just kind of blend it into the hairline. And then in with the blush. And then to finish off, the highlight. So I'm using a Sigma F03 brush to apply the highlighter. This brush is more dense compared to a fan brush, so it's just going to help to pack it on. And then a little bit on the Cupid's bow and down the nose. I just feel like I need to tidy up my lines a little bit, so I'm going to be using the Rimmel Match Perfection Silky Loose Powder If you could, thank you, focus. So this one is in the shade 001 Transparent. And what I'm going to do is dip my beauty blender in here and then swipe it along my face just to clean up the line. So while that sits there, let's move on to the eyes. I have 4 Rimmel eyeshadow palettes here to choose from. The first one is the Blush Edition, and then we've got the Nude Edition. This one is the Color Edition, and this one is the Smoke Edition. I'm not going to do anything too crazy today because I am about to go somewhere, so I might just go in with this Nude Edition palette. Starting off with this matte shade here, I'm going to run this through my crease as a transition. Wow, that actually blended out really easily. Damn. I'm then just going to take the same shade and run this under my lower lash line. Then I'm just going to take this darker matte brown here, and I'm going to use this one to deepen up the outer V and also smoke it under my lower lash line. Oh shit, that's pigmented. That shade was a lot more cool tone than I was expecting, so to brighten up the look, I'm going to go in with this shimmer here and put this all over the rest of my lid. I'm going to use a little bit of the Fix and Go spray just to wet the eyeshadow so that it pops a bit more. And then for inner corner highlight, I'm going in with the Blush Edition palette and taking this shimmery shade here. Next, I'm just going to put a thin line of liquid liner along my lash line. This one is actually designed to help make doing wing liner easy, but the shape of my eyes, wing liner just doesn't happen because they are hooded and they fold on the corner. So every time I do a wing and then rest my eyes, the skin here just covers it all up. So instead, I'm just going to use this to do a thin line across my lash line. And then for mascara, I'm going in with this new one here. This is the Wonderfully Real Mascara. How cute is the packaging? Ooh. This is what the wand looks like. I don't really like using mascaras when they're brand new because I find that they're too wet and they clump my lashes together. I like my mascara to be a little bit more dry, so they are clumping together a little bit. So I'm just going to take a clean spoolie and just run through the lashes to try and unclump them a little. Alright, let's dust off whatever is left of this. Now it's time for lips, and I'm going in with this Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick. Here we go, in the shade Be My Baby. I actually don't have a Rimmel lip liner. I always hear people rave about them, and that would actually come in handy right about now, so that's alright, we'll just go ahead with the lipstick. I have done my whole lips with just one dunk, and I really like this applicator. It's got a point to it, so it makes doing the lip line really easy. And I like this colour. Alright, and then to finish off the look, I'm going in with the Insta Fix and Go spray again to set everything down. This spray has replaced my Urban Decay setting spray. It is so good and it locks your makeup in place for hours. Alright guys, well this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching today. If you love Rimmel products, then leave me a comment below letting me know what your favourite one is, because there is still so much in the range that I need to try out. I hope you're all having a great day. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!